The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. That's right. 10-minute drill, sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. At the end of this, we hand out a wonderful prize pack. Beef, what are we handing out today?
Yes, stay tuned, Googas. One lucky winner is going to take home a pair of tickets to go see the United States women's national soccer team against Costa Rica Sunday night down at TIAA Bank Field. And we'll also send them to Chick-fil-A for lunch or dinner for two.
Can I give just a program reminder, shout out to our buddy Paul Fraze, who founded the Joshua Fraze Foundation, and we've been talking with Paul and about Josh for years and years and years. I think a lot of people are aware, of that story. But CNN Sunday night at 9:00, is doing a whole feature program on Josh and on the Frazes and their efforts with the Joshua Fraze Foundation. So. I've got to text out to Paul and see if he joins us maybe at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. But what a nice family.
Great.
He wants to say a heartbreaking story, but it ended up being a heartwarming story, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet, obviously. Joshua passed, and he was a sweet kid, brilliant kid, too. And Paul and his wife, Allison, and their daughter just so loving and caring, and have been leaders at the forefront of research, so it's been.
And I'll let Paul pronounce the illness.
Yes.
We won't do it. We'll do it
a
disservice. I guess heartwarming from the standpoint, they ended up with getting a lot more time than they were told. So from that standpoint, it was a good story.
Yes. He made it into high school.
Correct. Lasted like double-digit years longer.
Like I said, he was a brilliant kid.
Yeah.
It was, and they are terrific people. So anything we can do to help them, we are in like Flint.
So we got the 10-minute drill here.
Yes.
At 7:45-ish, we're going to give you the Friday 5-pack. So as we have a changing broadcast clock here, some things will shift just a little bit. Most of your week-to-week features and franchises stay in the exact same spot, but they're going to be around it for the most part.
Kawhi able to come back from that devastating leg injury the night before and get 18 in the fourth quarter. For the Clippers, who
some say heroically
finished with 27 overall and 107-101 victory over the Trail Blazers last night. And he said he was shocked that the NBA detailed his injury, but it doesn't matter to me, he added. I'm not a guy that reads the media anyway. I'm pretty sure that's probably very accurate.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Kawhi doesn't even know the Spurs were looking for him for 4 months while he was hiding in New York somewhere.
Yes. Correct.
Here's what I've left now with a day to simmer on this, Dan. This is what I'm left with that bothers me a little bit. Do we just the instinct of competition, I guess, is just leaving humanity. I mean, is it always about the money and the load management and the image compensation or trade me or a bust? Does anyone like to compete? I mean, what bothers me is I'm Kawhi Leonard. I've got the reigning MVP coming to town. Some people would look at it as a fun challenge, that you would want to play that game. And the only way you wouldn't is if the team told you couldn't. I mean, are there not college football players that love to just play and measure themselves against the best? Regardless of what the marketing arrangements are, shouldn't Jalen Ramsey want to play Michael Thomas until a situation is right? It bothers me that the competitive fire in that eye is starting to disappear. I mean, I got too many people that go play hoops or tennis or golf or whatever they do for fun every day, and now it just seems like it's only about money or licensing agreements.
Methinks something smells in Houston, Texas, and it's not Charlton K. Gainey.
Oh, sure.
Yes. Methinks something is odiferous.
Okay, which team are we talking about?
I'm talking about the Houston Astros.
Oh, no.
Who in a what stinks of nepotism every which way but loose have reassigned Reed Ryan, who was the president of the team, to a lesser role as the owner's son joins the executive team, and Nolan says, I won't be back with the club. We'll leave it at that.
Nolan Ryan, yeah. Well, it must be.
So I've got Nolan Ryan.
Must be Reed Ryan's fault they lost the World Series.
I got Nolan Ryan, his son Reed Ryan, I've got the owner is Jim Crane. I have Jim Crane's son, and the owner can certainly have the prerogative to do what he wants.
Either way, somebody's getting paid a lot of money to not do much, whether
Crane,
it's Reed Ryan or Crane's son.
Crane said Thursday he was bringing in his son Jared to get more experience and to help the organization. Crane maintained the moves were not related to the SI incident or the firing of the assistant general manager. The owner turned 66 in January. Family issue. I have an older son that's very good, very bright, and has got some experience, but he hasn't been around it, and I want to start teaching him.
Yeah, I get that.
He has that right. He's on the team for 8 years. I've been working for a long time and very hard a long time, and I have other stuff, so he's just coming in to lend a hand. The team said Reed Ryan's new role is Executive Advisor of Business Relations.
Another title we're going to pay you to not do much,
Went
kid.
from President to Executive Advisor of Business Relations will allow him, quote, more opportunities to focus on his other business ventures.
Listen,
while
this guy's
remaining an important
not
part.
even showing. I mean, I'm paying Nolan Ryan's kid, $1.2 million a year. The guy's here like 3 days a month. I can't do this anymore. I'm bringing my own boy in. Come on in here, boy. Meet Junior. Listen, it's not hiring him to be a manager or a GM. This
Right.
is all just these, titles that you can give him a little cash to do not a whole lot. So
I am furious with the Silver Sluggers. Why didn't
here's
Polar
my
Bear
pride.
get one?
Here's what I know.
Why did Freddie get one over the Polar Bear?
Here's what I know.
Huh? What
The
happened?
baseball season is now a complete success. I don't even remember losing to the Cardinals. The Braves had 3 Silver Sluggers. Whoopee.
Why didn't we get a Silver Slugger?
Awesome. Woo! 3 Silver Sluggers.
How come I didn't get a
give
Silver Slugger?
rip.
How do you get a Silver Slugger?
I don't know.
Why did the
I'm
Polar
gonna-
Bear get it?
I'm going to fall back to a conversation we had where you claim like 8 of your players were better than mine. So
I wanna know
I
why.
got 3 Silver Sluggers that say differently, friend.
I'm going to have the NL Roy on Monday, and I'm going to have an NL Cy
Yeah.
a week from Monday.
Sigh is a
Yeah.
blasphemy on the award.
How about that, boys?
By
and
the way,
girls?
I'm going to now extend my. Again, it's so smart that it'll never be incorporated. But who is the Cy Young Award winner this year, gang? If we were going to award the best pitcher in Major League Baseball this year, who is it? Anyone?
Jake DeGrom.
No, who is it? Seriously, though, who is the best pitcher in baseball this year? Now that it's all said and done and all the important games have been played, regular and postseason combined, the best pitcher in baseball and the Cy Young winner is Steven Strasburg.
I know how to tweak Jeff here, ladies and gentlemen.
Here it comes. It doesn't take much.
As
dude.
I point out that Georgia's announced a home-and-home with Ohio State.
I know,
while,
yeah. I was going to bring that up.
While Florida's going to Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Right. Utah. Yeah. Georgia's got Oklahoma and Ohio State, and we're going to Colorado and Utah. You're right.
Arizona State.
Yeah. Awesome. Can't wait to go to Tempe. Never been there. Oh, wait. I have 100 times.
That's great. I love that.
That's awful. Again, this is my point. Go play Penn State, Oklahoma, Ohio State. Give us a good.
Georgia and Ohio State will play in 2030 and 2031.
Here's the difference, Dan, and forget about your travel thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is, and credit Georgia and Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia and Ohio State set up a series. You know what they're going to be on that day? They're going to be the game in college football. Mm-hmm. Florida's going to be, oh, yeah, the Gators are in Colorado tonight. You get no juice out of it at all. I don't get it, man.
The Bulldogs will play 3 Power 5 opponents in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game in Atlanta, Virginia next year, Oregon in 22, and Clemson in 24. Ohio State hasn't played a regular season game against an SEC opponent since it faced LSU in 87 and 88.
Wow.
Buckeyes have played SEC foes 11 times in bowls or playoff games since then. The Buckeyes, on their future home and home, they have Oregon, Notre Dame, Washington, Texas, and Boston College. Georgia has Oklahoma, UCLA, FSU, Texas, and Clemson.
So, I mean, I don't know how
We
you
have
could
Texas and FSU.
I don't know how you continue to support this.
I support it 100%.
We're getting our ass beat on these schedules worse than we do on the field.
What are you talking about? We got Texas.
Awful.
We got
Colorado and Utah. Nice job. I didn't want to go play Oklahoma
We
or
got
Ohio
Texas.
State.
We got Cal. We got Arizona State.
Our lead story tonight, the game of the century. It's Georgia and Ohio State. We take it to Athens. In other news, here's a nice inter-regional matchup. The Florida at Colorado. The Buffs.
awesome.
The Buffs are 2-6.
He doesn't know what he's talking about, people.
Hell.
Don't worry.
I was right on this one.
Got your back.
At some point, one of us has to come around when we were wrong on something. You force me to do that all the time. You're wrong on this one. Damn it. By the way, that competitive fire I wish that would show up more now, or I feel is getting lost? You know who is the exact opposite of that? And give him credit, all you Tiger haters. Tiger Woods loves to compete, doesn't he? I mean, my man has been been carrying around a mangled back for God knows how long. He's had 1,000 surgeries. He's got more money than he'll ever spend, and he chooses himself to play in some international competition. That's a guy who loves to compete.
It's a Peter.
Unlike you, Kawhi, you may be a great player.
I say he's a competitor.
Yeah, why not? A competitor, some would say. But anyway, that was a no-brainer move after he won.
Oh, gosh.
Right.
He said, Fred Couple said, don't be stupid, Tiger.
Right.
Think yourself.
Correct.
And
now, do you name another captain now who does all the
he has
particulars?
He has 3.
Does he turn it over to them?
Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't. I don't think he'll play like every match either, which he should.
Yeah, he should.
I don't think he'll play every one. So he'll be fine. It's good. It's he didn't pick Phil, so Phil's streak comes to an end. He picked Patrick Reed. Who did he pick? Woodland
Reed?
Nah, was not
Finau.
No.
Woodland?
Finau.
Yeah.
Yeah, Woodland Finau.
He likes those guys,
and
by
Reed.
the way.
Yeah.
He's the only guy that likes Patrick. Patrick Reed's lucky Tiger's the captain.
Yeah, he would have got picked.
Yeah.
He would have got picked.
Tiger's the only guy that likes him.
The other guys went,
Reed, really?
Oh,
That's fine,
man.
but I'm not playing with him.
Oh, gosh. Tiger, you play with him, though.
Reed's
Not
family
playing with
announced they won't be going
listen,
to the
Dan.
President's Cup.
I think the Raiders announced themselves last night as a real contender. They just keep winning games. They've beaten teams that many thought when the season schedule came out they wouldn't beat. They're 5-4.
I'll tell you what, a couple things I noticed about that game. First off, I'll give Oakland fan base credit.
Yeah,
They're
right.
leaving this
That's
year.
what we said earlier. How
and the
these guys
place
are just
was
sheep.
rocking.
You know how they cheer?
That place was
Are you kidding me?
Electric.
And they're going to leave them.
Well, I will say this, too, though. Like, Raider fan, for some reason, is bigger than Oakland. I don't know. You know what I mean?
And you know what, too? Beef, can you give me – here's the
maybe it gives them a reason to go to Vegas.
Here's a spectacular bit of misinformation for you.
Uh-huh.
But I think that San Francisco to Vegas is like 4 hours. I don't think it's like 10 hours away.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that, though. I know it's only 4 from Los Angeles, so maybe it's a little further.
Flying or driving?
I'd say drive. I mean, if you're a Raider
Driving,
fan,
it's an 8.5 hour drive.
8.5 hour drive, so it's a little further. Then it's twice as far as
You got
LA
to deal
is.
with those mountains in Death Valley.
So even a flight then would be a couple hours.
You got to get through Bakersfield.
No, that
It's not easy.
the
Great news, according to Google, it's a 54-hour bike ride.
Yes.
54 hour. Well, there you go. Just get on your bike and ride.
Yeah.
Bicycle.
It's not easy getting through Bakersfield. But anyway, so that's one observation I noticed. And the second best thing about that game last night, the video that hit Twitter, Beef, you probably saw it, of Gruden going into the black hole and hugging the dudes.
Yes.
That was terrific, man.
It's so Gruden.
So Gruden.
Gruden is so.
But you know what? To his credit,
he's under-respected, dude. People thought Gruden would fail.
Yeah.
Why? I look back. What was John Gruden's? Don't look.
Yeah.
Just tell me. John Gruden's last 2 years in Tampa, what was his record?
No idea.
What would you think, though? What would you think his last year was?
Well, I got Super Bowl on the brain, so he's probably pretty good.
See, I thought, to me, he had bottomed out. You know, I mean,
maybe
he
he
won
does.
Keep in mind that Super Bowl was 2002. He left Tampa in 2008.
Oh.
So,
well, then maybe he only won like half and half.
he went 9-7, but I thought he was like 5-11. I thought he must have had a little string of losing seasons. They decided to go in another direction. The guy left Tampa after winning a Super Bowl and then going 9-7 the last 2 years.
And one of those 9-7s was a division title.
Yeah, but in fairness, didn't win a playoff game after the Super Bowl in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 57-55 at Tampa.
So he did have a bad year in there then.
Oh, yeah, he had a 4-12er.
Okay.
And a 5-11er.
Okay. Well,
So he did have two bad
So
ones.
I'm not misremembering. They just weren't the last year.
Right. He was much better in Oakland where he was 8-8, 8-8, 12-4, and 10-6. So he's plus 12 there. Then he's plus 2. And now he's minus 7 in Oakland, his second
But
4
think
and 12
about-
and 5-4.
I
But
guess
he's won
why-
more games this year than he did all of last year.
And the reason I'm impressed too is, Jacobs was an awesome draft pick. He saved their season. He's the reason they're 5-4.
Mike Mayock.
But my point, who scares you on that team? I mean, the receivers are nothing.
Derek Carr's having a very good year.
Yeah, and throwing to who? Think about it.
That tight end is good.
Yeah, Waller.
Yeah.
But
On Oakland at 5-4.
and they also had all that distraction. Remember the whole Antonio Brown thing? The training camp was thrown into turmoil with Hard Knocks.
They got the Bengals and the Jets coming up next.
They're going to be 7-4.
So if you can get to
Call it the murderer's
7-4,
row.
then you got the Chiefs and the Titans and the Jags and the Chargers and the Broncos.
I tell you what, when the Jags go,
the
Raiders
Raiders have a
later.
legit shot at 9-7
for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, you could take it further. The Raiders should be 9-7.
And that win
looking at
last
how
night,
they played and how they're playing.
that win was kind of a death blow to the Chargers because they fall to 4-6 which makes it all.
I'll tell you another death blow, and I'm going to mimic something.
And their schedule's brutal.
I'm going to mimic
Chargers.
something that they got the Jags.
They got the Chiefs twice still, I think.
I'm going to mimic something that was also said on the text line earlier today, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Are you going to mimic it in a whiny voice, or are you going to mimic it in a Southern voice, or what kind of voice are you going to choose mimic it?
I vote pirate.
Yeah, mimic is
Pirate. Do it like a pirate.
Mimic does not.
Arr, matey, he said, the Raiders, the autumn wind.
I don't even know what dialect you're even trying to fake.
Arg.
I don't know.
Peter, arg.
I mean, now he's doing dodgeball clips.
Thank you. Very nice. Peter, arg.
Here, Dan, here's what I want you to do. Turn around and stare over your left shoulder. Left shoulder. Okay. Just stare there. That'll keep your attention for just a second while I say this.
Look at the stick, boy. Look at the stick.
Look at it. Look at the shiny objects. All right.
I am charmed.
Rivers has always had a funky motion, but now it looks like an old can't get the ball there motion. He had 3 picks last night. Should have had 4. 4th was called back by penalty. I don't think the Chargers are going anywhere. I think Rivers is done.
They're in trouble, buddy.
I don't think he's good enough.
Rivers isn't going to London?
They're home for Kansas City next week. Then they've got the bye. They go to Denver.
I see what you did there. All right, that's
to Denver, to Jacksonville, home for the Vikes, home for the Raiders, and at the Chiefs to close it out.
What you learn when you get to this point, there's really no easy schedule.
No.
Right? Some are harder than others. None are like
he's not having a huge year, is he?
No, he's not. And last night, it's not just the numbers, it's the look. Like 17 for 31 isn't terrible. He missed his last 7 passes. See, so he was 17 for 24 going into that last drive. But winning time, he was nowhere to be found. Right? And again, he had a 4th in the red zone that the Raiders lined up off sides.
Oh.
So he got fortunate he didn't have another.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back Friday, 5-pack you up. We'll do caller number 4 right now at 641-1010. Caller number 4, be remind the Googans what they're going to take home.
Yeah, caller number 4 right now, 641-1010. Going to go home with a pair of tickets to the U.S. women's national soccer team, hooking up with Costa Rica Sunday night down at TIAA Bank Field, and they'll take home lunch or dinner for 2 from Chick-fil-A. 641-1010 right now.
Right here.